Hello, everybody. Can you hear me loud and clear? Just type in yes and leave your questions here. We'll just get started shortly. Okay, great. And can you see the screen? Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, we'll wait for a minute and get started. Thank you for joining in, actually. So we'll just wait for a minute. Okay. We get started. So thank you everybody for joining in, and thank you especially on a Friday evening. So as they say, just showing up is half the job done. So thank you for joining in. Today is a session on how to get started on Go Chatting and order flow. We'll cover on Go Chatting features and order flow. Okay, voice is low. I think it's okay. Others, can you please confirm if the voice is low? I'm just trying to. Oh, why is it so? Hello. Uh, Thank you. Can you hear me clearly? If the voice is low or it's not loud enough, just let me know. It's okay, right? Yeah, I think so. So, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. So, firstly, I want to welcome all of you on behalf of Go Chatting team, the GC team, to here and our trading family. So, our mission as Go Chatting and its stakeholders are to create a profitable retail traders who are consistently making money and profitable in the long run. So we are not looking at we are not looking at scenarios of get rich quick schemes or not. We are looking to build a set of good, consistent, profitable traders. And as a community and as a platform, and its partners, we are committed to sort of deliver this trading success through the right platform, the right tools, the right education, and then the right sort of enablement and environment. So the idea is to create a holistic trading environment, create a good set of retail traders who are data driven, analytical driven, use the right tools, and are able to deliver results on a long term basis, and not a day or two, or one good run or bad run, but over a long term basis, you perform and you shine. Okay. So as part of this session, I'll cover. So a lot of you are already into Go Chatting, a lot of you are new to Go Chatting. So we'll cover an overview of what Go Chatting is, features, platforms, and then also deep dive into the order flow charts, just to give you a brief of what order flow charts are. Okay. And then eventually also cover setting up the charts and stuff as well. Okay. Then we'll take on a set of questions in the last 15 minutes. Any questions that you have, we'll take those questions up as well. Okay. So introduction to Go Chatting. Go Chatting is a unique web-based low latency multi-asset tool for data chatting, profiles, and order flow option analytics. So the key features that they offer is, chatting, profiling, order flow, and option analytics. So it's a complete web-based tool. So you don't need to do any installation, any setup. You run it through your browsers. Okay. And then the other advantage, as I see, is it offers one platform for all sorts of data. So you have equity, you have commodity, you have derivatives, you have options, you have cryptos, and you also have US market data also. So you have one platform, one go-to interface to sort of get all data. You just plug into different data feeds, subscribe to different feeds, and you get the data flowing. Nothing much changes from your end. So no setting up of new data provider with a tool and all, because I come from a legacy world where we are using a lot of other tools in the past. There was Metastock and there was AmiBroker and there is NinjaTrader. These tools still exist. Okay. these tools still exist, and but the pain of setting up each data feed, the pain of setting up each configuring each data feeds, etc., is there. So here it's a lot more smoother, it's web based. Okay. And we just follow, we just subscribe and search and sort of use any tool. So you have all the templates, all the setups, and you sort of just use it. Okay. So it has 150 plus built-in technical indicators and drawing tools. So, if you go to the interface, you'll see there's 150 plus indicators, drawing tools, etc., which can be used for drawing on the chart. You can do your own drawing, you can save your drawing, mark your levels and save them, so that that is used for your day-to-day trading analysis and trading execution. Okay. Then it has 14 different advanced chart types, even for intraday intervals. So you can choose between normal chart, Heikinashi charts, PNF chart, range charts, and other line charts and stuff. So you can choose 14 different charts type depending on what you use. And chart types, work from all ranges, 1 minute to any higher time frame that you want to use. It has a multi-layout feature, so in case you are using it in one monitor, multiple monitor, one tab, two tabs, so you can do up to even six charts in one frame. Okay, so I normally use between two to three charts given the monitor size that I have, but you can actually fit into six to different seven charts in one frame. Okay, so and also you can extend it across multiple browsers, so you don't need any separate subscriptions. It's single subscriptions to extend it across multiple monitors. Sorry. So if you have a multi-monitor setup, you can use one chart. Generally, the preference is, let's say if you have multi-monitor setup, you have one chart where you're running the normal, price charts and your profile charts, and you also use a separate chart for a profile, order flow and stuff. Okay, so that way you could extend your setup to a multi-monitor setup as well. Okay, and then as I said, they have different drawing tools available out of the box. Again, in the platform, it is there. These drawing tools help me plot levels, help me identify, and mark things, so that when I'm trading, I really am not searching for what level was that and stuff. So I'm just, I'm plotting it, I'm saving it, I'm marking my zones, and then at the time of trading, I'm just focused on, execution, focused on reading the order flow and trading the charts. Okay. So it has, profiling features out of the box again. So profiling features generally are available in tools like, AmiBroker, NinjaTrader, etc. The full-fledged profiling profile. So you would not get otherwise that easily, if at least web-based charts. Okay, so it is available, both market profile and volume profile on web-based charts are available. So depending on what your preference is, you can choose market profile and volume profile. Profile, for you briefly, is nothing, is basically an outline of plotting and information. So in this case, the profiles generally plot, time spent in a duration in a session, etc., or volume spent at different price levels, basically. So traded. So profile just helps you build a context and build a visual view of what market levels are important to me and what are not important to me. Okay, so it has that profile feature out of the box. You don't have to do any other subscriptions or anything else. Okay, so market profile tools also have inbuilt auto detection of, let's say, imbalance moves, and then your POC, prominent POC, and things like that. It is built out of the box, so that way these plottings that you see are all automated. You don't have to maintain, go in and plot those levels. These plottings are automated. Similarly, volume profile, there are multiple types of profile, like session profile here that you see, and then you have your composite profile, and again the POC and other levels are auto plotted, so the levels are available as a reference immediately once you add this to your charts. You don't have to really look for any specific drawing or other things to do that. Okay. Then it has, as I said, different types of VWAP indicators. So you can do anchored VWAP, you can do the standard VWAP, you can do daily, weekly, monthly VWAP that you want. So sometimes as a trader, you want to see different, VWAP levels that have traded. So generally, I'm using those levels in a single chart, so I can add multiple VWAPs and then sort of really plot it and look at that view as a single chart itself. So you can have the weekly VWAP and the monthly VWAP as a reference along with the daily VWAPs as well. Okay. The other very cool feature that I find about Go Charting is that it has a template based chart. So each chart has a, is like a template to you. So template is basically, let's say, a fixed set of indicators and drawings that are plotted on that chart. So each chart is a separate template for you. Once you save that, the template becomes unique and you can really copy paste, share it, and things like that. So you don't lose the information. The template will capture all the indicators that you have and all the drawings that you have. So there is an option to auto save those templates. I'll show you when we go once we go to the demo. So you can really auto save those templates, and you can really reuse those templates again. So you can just copy paste and reuse. So for example, if I'm liking a good template on Nifty, I want to use it on, let's say, Bank Nifty or something else, I would just sort of copy that template, create new copy, and then reuse that and rename it for Bank Nifty. So same info, I don't have to read all the drawing, all the indicators and drawing again. Okay. यस सर, सॉरी, हिंदी में भी चलेगा। सो अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ लीजिएगा, बट अदरवाइज हिंदी में मैं थोड़ा सा एक बार रिपीट कर देता हूँ सबके लिए, इफ दे आर फोक्स ऑन हिंदी ऑल्सो। तो इसमें वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल आपका है, मार्केट प्रोफाइल एंड वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल चार्ट्स अवेलेबल है आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स। आपको कोई सब्सक्रिप्शन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। सो मार्केट प्रोफाइल जनरली प्लॉट्स आपका ट्रेडेड टाइम ओवर, जितना टाइम ज़्यादा स्पेंड किया है वो प्रोफाइल आपको उतना मोटा दिखेगा। बेसिकली इसे प्रोफाइल कहते हैं। ये जो शैडो देख रहे हैं, दैट्स लाइकली अ प्रोफाइल। सिमिलरली वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल भी है। वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल दो तीन तरह के होते हैं आपके। सेशन प्रोफाइल है, एक सेशन का इंडिपेंडेंटली प्लॉट होता है, प्लस कॉम्पोजिट प्रोफाइल्स भी प्लॉट होता है। ठीक है। टेम्पलेट्स हैं, टेम्पलेट एज आई सेड, आप टेम्पलेट्स को सेव कर सकते हैं। सो जब भी आप सेव कर लेते हैं एक टेम्पलेट को, वो टेम्पलेट सेव रहता है। सो आप कॉपी करके फिर एक टेम्पलेट एक चार्ट के लिए, दूसरा टेम्पलेट बैंक निफ्टी के लिए, तीसरा निफ्टी के लिए, ऐसे आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं। सारे इंडिकेटर्स वगैरह सेव हो जाते हैं। आपको वापस फिर से सारे ऐड करके दोबारा हर हर सिंबल के लिए अलग अलग सेव करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। एक ही टेम्पलेट आप बनाएं, उसको आपको जो अच्छा लगे, उसको उसमें सारे इंडिकेटर्स आपके जो जो ज़रूरत है उसे ऐड करें, उसको सेव करें, उसको फिर वापस कॉपी करके आप दूसरे सिंबल के लिए यूज़ कर सकते हैं। जस्ट रिमेंबर कि सेव कर लीजिएगा, हम डेमो में उसको कवर करेंगे। और ये आई थिंक ऑर्डर फ्लो फीचर्स जो है, ऑर्डर फ्लो एनालिटिक्स, ये उनका सबसे yeah, we'll cover that, Rajesh, when we go there. So ये जो order flow feature है, this is the most I think the probably USP of this platform, if I have to say. Okay. Yes, Debojit will demonstrate at the end of it. Okay. I will just demonstrate it. So order flow features, as I said, is a USP of this platform, in terms of if you have to pick one feature that is unique and not available across web-based platforms, at least for at least for Indian stocks and Indian futures and commodities as well, is this order flow feature. So you have the entire order flow suite available. We'll come to what is order flow and footprint, but order flow suite mein, what you have is the time and sales alert. So every trade that happens gets clocked here, and you can see the trade live, actually whatever trades are happening, okay, in the exchange, not your trade, but the entire set of trades that are happening in the exchange. You can see all the placed orders in the exchange for that particular instrument. Okay, that you can see. And at the same time, you can see the footprint of the order flow charts, which actually plots the traded orders, etc. Okay, so all these features are available, again, as I said, out of the box, as a single pricing plan in the platform, so you don't really need to do much around that. So it has, as I said, time and sales, DOM, cluster. There are two types of order flow charts that are available: cluster chart and imbalance chart. दो तरह के charts available हैं order flow में, cluster and imbalance. I will cover and I will demo those both charts for you. Okay. And then you also have other order flow features, okay, which are like delta bars and divergence, which essentially helps you identify visually very quickly how much buying is strong or how much selling is strong. Delta is a basically word used for buying and selling. It's also a common word used for option Greeks, but in order flow terminology, delta is basically difference between buyers and sellers. We'll cover that when we go to the overview of order flow charts. Okay. Charts in DOM. Vertical green and red charts. I am not sure which you are asking for. So these are basically orders, placed orders in the market. Okay, these are placed orders in the markets. Okay. Yeah. So this, if you see the footprint chart, this is an imbalance footprint chart. This is a trade book. You see all the trades that are happening. I'll show you a demo as well. And then this is the depth of market, which is essentially the order placed. So till now all traditional charts that we have used generally is just simple price charts. Okay. It's just simple price chart. So anything that we've used so far. So this one has beyond that, as I said, order flow and profile charts. So we can look inside the candle of what is traded. If you actually notice, each of these are specific candles, okay? And we are basically diving into the candle and slicing it to see, at what levels within that candle formed buyers have traded and sellers have traded. Okay. Now, another feature that is available is they have, Go is integrated with different brokers. Okay. Go Charting is integrated with the different brokers, and then you are able to really essentially trade out of the charts itself. So you can place your orders, you can execute, you can buy, sell, both market limit and other different types of orders. There are four, five, different orders supported: limit, market, stop loss, stop limit orders supported. Once you connect your broker through this, you can actually trade from your charts itself. You don't need to go to your trading terminal and stuff. So you have the trading from the chart feature. You have a direct buy sell button available, which you can really click and do a buy sell. Plus mouse trading mode is available. So essentially you can click on a particular level. If I'm watching at candle high is a support or a resistance, I can just click and do a buy, buy order or a sell order. Okay. And then you also have you can typically also do paper trading and live trading. So in case you are getting started, you want to do paper trading here, you subscribe, you do the paper trading. You can also do live trading here as well. Okay. Total quantity is not shown in the DOM. Total quantity, the DOM here, it's a Indian market data feeds have it. The level two that you see is essentially the top five orders on both side. That is what you see on the DOM. Okay. If you go to other markets like crypto and other markets, you would see a larger, DOM depth that is available. Okay. Order footprint chart is this, specifically, as I pointed out, this is the trade book, this is the DOM, and this is again the placed orders also. Okay. Okay. We also have an options desk, which is basically all the option data and option data analytics available out of it. Okay. So if you're looking at option chain analysis and you're looking at option OI and other stuff, it is available out of the box. So if you see the option chain is available, then you can do also option strategies. Like I'm trading multi-leg options. I would want to typically plot the strategies here, and I can then execute the strategies in a paper trade or a live trade mode if I'm connected with a broker. And then eventually I can track the PNL of the strategy here itself. So you actually know what is a PNL, if what is my different Greek exposures like delta, theta, etc. that I'm getting out of that trade. Those things can be plotted and managed here as well. Okay, so you have your advanced customizable option chain. Option chain is very flexible in this case. You can choose which column you want to see, which columns you don't want to see, how many option depth you want to see. Like 10 symbols, 20 strikes, that those things are very customizable. Okay. Plus you can see multi-series at the same time, so the current week, current month and stuff you can see at the same time. Okay. There are 26 pre-built option metrics available, the theta, OI, percentage change, IV and things like that. Okay. And then you can also, as I said, you can track your PNL both in paper trading mode, and you can also track your PNL in real trading mode. Another cool feature, I think a lot of traders wanted this and we have it here, is if you see the option OI view with the price. So in this case, I have a price chart, which is, let's say, Nifty price chart, and I can actually see real time what is the option OI. So all this is call OI, all the red ones, if you see, is put OI. So we can really see this real time within the price chart. So if you're trading, let's say, option data, you know that, okay, this call, OI was a resistance and this is taken out now. Next call OI is this, that sort of information you can see out of the, chart itself. You don't have to swap between, let's say, an option data, chain and try to infer, okay, where is the largest OI and things like that. You can just plot it with alongside the price chart and actually track it. Okay. We've just covered this. I think before we go to the, I think I'll cover, what I'll do is I'll cover the footprint charts. I'll give you a very brief overview of what footprint and order flow charts are. This will enable you, at least from tomorrow, when you, or not tomorrow, Monday, when you when you are really there on Monday. Okay, so you can start reading into these charts and at least understand what data is being shown, and probably try and analyze that as well. So I'll just give you a view of the footprint chart, and then I'll also quickly do a demo for you guys. Okay, quick introduction. As I said, footprint charts was formed by somebody called Market Delta. This was a guy called Trevor Harnett. So Market Delta formed this footprint charts. This chart is known by different names because of trademark restrictions. So you call it order flow charts, you call it cluster charts, imbalance chart, bid ask charts. But generally, the data represented in more or less is the same. Okay, and the chart indicates volume traded at a price, buyers and sellers. So it will actually tell you how many buyers and sellers, especially at the bid, have traded or the ask, have traded in a price. So generally, it's trying to track market buyers and market sellers at a different price points. And why market buyers? Because we are trying to see the intent of people, aggressive buyers and sellers. So that gives you an both intent and essentially you are able to quantify whether buyers are strong and they want to take the market up, or whether they are failing, whether sellers are strong, things like that. Okay, so this is available on a web-based tool. Previously, the only other tool that I know of supported it was NinjaTrader, which is desktop tool. But now, since it's on web-based, you don't require any plugins, you don't require to install anything, and plus you can also see this information also on a mobile also. So that's a real good USP. So if you're traveling or anything else, you can actually monitor it on mobile. Second is you can do it on browser. So sometimes you have restrictions on not being able to install or set up things. Here those restrictions are not there. It's just like open a Google Chrome or a or a browser that you use, just sign in and sort of use that chat. Okay, so order flow charts are popular among proprietary traders, generally not discussed much, but this is one of the most popular charts for proprietary and scalpers and day traders typically, because they are able to see the real-time market information and what is happening on the markets. You may have thought about support resistances and things like that, but you really want to see what is actually happening on the markets, whether the supports are working out well not. So this will give you that sort of a quantifiable inference. Okay, अगर आप सपोर्ट रेजिस्टेंस जो मार्क करके रखे हैं सब देख रहे हैं, बट एक्चुअली वो काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, ऑर्डर फ्लो से आपको थोड़ा समझ में यू विल गेट अ व्यू कि हाँ ऑर्डर फ्लो रेस्पेक्टेड हो रहा है, ऑर्डर फ्लो रेस्पेक्टेड से नहीं हो रहा है, बायर्स आर एबल टू लेट्स से डिफेंड द सपोर्ट, बायर्स सपोर्ट को होल्ड कर पा रहे हैं या सेलर्स रेजिस्टेंस को होल्ड कर पा रहे हैं, दैट काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन आप इससे थोड़ा इन्फर कर सकते हैं. नॉर्मली प्राइस चार्ट से वी वेट फॉर ए प्राइस चार्ट टू टर्न अराउंड एंड स्टफ, घूम जाता है या वेट करते हैं कि हाँ प्राइस वहां से टर्न किया फिर हम एंट्री करेंगे. यहाँ से थोड़ा आप यू नो थोड़ा पहले आप इसको यू कैन इन्फर एंड यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड थोड़ा इन बिफोर हैंड, so that you can take a little bit of a better or a lower risk decision, if I may say. Okay, so it's nothing like any other indicator that you've seen. Most other indicators are plotted typically below the candles, like your MACD, RSI, and everything, and they are an average of different price and volume information. But in this case, it is within the candle. So no other indicator plots the data within the candle. It's not an indicator per se itself. It's actually a market generated information. Okay, it's not even an indicator. It's actually what is generated in the market. It shows the data. Like you see volume in a chart, it shows bid ask on a chart. So it's not an indicator. Please remember this. Okay, don't confuse that with an indicator. Okay, and it is shown at every candle level, unlike something like below the chart like RSI, MACD, etc. Okay, so this is how typically you will see this chart. Okay, you have your candlesticks like this, and then you will have your buy and sell trade seen here. So generally on the left is your seller volumes, okay, and seller trades, and on the right is your buyer trades and buyer volumes. Okay, remember this. Okay, sell left you have the sell, and the right you have the buy side information. Okay, so that is how it is, and they can be plotted into different color and other views. Okay, so that is how we plot this information and see this information. So if there are more sellers, the red will be darker. If there are more buyers, the green will be sort of darker again. Okay, what information do you see in a footprint chart? So the question is, sir, why do I even take a footprint chart? What is the additional information that I get out of this? Okay, so till today, let's say you, me, no, we have been referring to the normal candlestick charts. Candlestick charts, what do you get? You get the open, high, low, close, and you get the volume information. These are the typical information that you get. So you can infer, okay, it's a bullish candle with so much and so volume. If I ask you to interpret this candle, you will say, okay, it's a bullish candle with so and so volume. Okay, but when I flip to a order flow chart, the same candle, okay, this is the same candle with a much detailed order flow view inside it. What do I additionally I get, okay, I know it's a bullish candle because it's a green close. Okay, now I know that this is the volume traded. I additionally know that this is the delta traded, which is basically 40 million more buyers than sellers, okay, on this chart. And I also know what is the point of control of this candle. When I say point of control, that means while this candle was this long, the same candle was this long, this particular price within that candle was the most traded price. So here most buyers and traders traded. So this level within that candle is important. Sometimes, you know, we are stuck in a situation where there is a 100 to 200 point candle. I want to know within that what area is important for me. This is where I look for it, the POC of that candle. Okay. Then you also can see the different candle zones through profile. So each candle actually can be done through a profile itself. Okay. And then you can see the relative change in delta that is happening. So from the start of the candle to the end of the candle, what was the min delta, what was the max delta, you can see those things. And then you can also see the cumulative day delta, which is the total delta that has been clocked during so far during the day. So if it's total delta clocking is essentially gets on added throughout the day. Yeah, Rhythm, I'll share those settings, and I'll share the details as well, okay, while we go to the demo. Okay, so what kind of, one question I think somebody just asked is like, how do I decide what is the, size and stuff like that? Okay, this is how you do if you see each block is called a node. Okay, if I call each block a node or whatever name you want to call it, so essentially what is each block and how is that size decided? Okay, so in Indian market, remember, each, tick size is 0.05 irrespective of the stock value. Okay, the tick size is 0.05. So 100 also is a 0.05, or a bank nifty which is at, let's say 30,000 something, is also 0.05 tick size. What is tick size? This is a minimal incremental change that can happen. So if an order is traded at 100, and the next order the minimum can be traded at either 99.95 or 100.05. Okay, so it cannot be at 100.01, let's say something like that. Okay, so when you know the node size, there is a setting for a multiplier in a order flow settings. Okay, we use the multiplier. So generally, if I use a multiplier of 200, what it does is 0.05 into 200, it gives 10. So 10 becomes my node size. That means what, 10 points or 10 price points in a candle is captured as one node. So what does this one node do? It sums up all the buy sell within the 10 point. Okay, सो दैट इज हाउ इट डज. मैं एक बार हिंदी में भी बोल देता हूँ सबके लिए. तो हम नोड कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? नोड आपका एक साइज है. बेसिकली एक जो ब्लॉक देख रहे हैं, जो बायर सेलर का ब्लॉक देख रहे हैं, इसको एक एक नोड कहते हैं हम. ईच ऑफ देम को एक एक नोड कहते हैं. ठीक है. अब ये नोड कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है? इंडियन मार्केट टिक साइज 0.05 है. मैंने एक मल्टीप्लायर लगाया, वो सेटिंग्स में आता है. जैसे मैंने 200 का मल्टीप्लायर लगाया, तो 0.05 इंटू 200 मतलब 10. ओके, सो मतलब ईच नोड मेरा 10 पॉइंट का हो गया. इसी को अगर मैं 100 कर देता हूँ, तो 0.05 इंटू 100 5, तो ईच नोड मेरा 5 पॉइंट का हो जाता है. जैसे जैसे मैं इस मल्टीप्लाई चेंज करूंगा, मेरा नोड का साइज बढ़ता है या कम होता जाएगा. अगर और ईच नोड में कैप कैप्चर करता है जो टोटल उस 5 पॉइंट के रेंज में, उस 10 पॉइंट के रेंज में जितने ट्रेड्स हुए हैं, उसको वो कैप्चर करता है. सो बेसिकली आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन को ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए इट इज क्लास ब्रोकन इनटू डिफरेंट नोड्स. ओके. Okay, so as I said, what you see on the left, again, I just repeat, sellers, on the right, buyers. POC can be automatically highlighted by the tool. There is a setting you just enable. Okay, there's an automatic highlighting on the tool that you can do. Yes, you can change the multiplier. In fact, you have to change it for each stock that you do. There is an auto setting available in case you don't want to change the multiplier. There's an auto setting available which you can use. I'll show that as well. Okay, but otherwise you can change the multiplier. Okay, how to plot the POC. POC is auto plotted as I said. Okay, I'll come to the settings. I'll come to the settings. Hold on, please, sir. Okay, so what are the other information that you have? You can see the delta bar statistics, which is basically what the information of each traded bar. Okay, so if you see information in each traded bar, which is each candlestick is a bar essentially, what is the statistics of information there. So this shows volume for me, the delta, the cumulative delta, that sort of thing. So there is a almost 15-20 numbers that are available for each bar that is captured. You can actually see that information and plot it on your chart so that you don't have to calculate or do anything. It is available and computed at each bar level. Okay, so it will show like this below each of the bars for you. Okay, that is the bar statistics. You have delta, which is basically the net of buyers and sellers for that specific candle. So if delta is 76 minus, means basically it's more 76 million more sellers were there compared to buyers. Next candle 15 million plus means 15 million more buyers compared to sellers. Okay, and then you have cumulative delta, which is basically sum of all the delta. Detailed doc. I'll share the settings, Kalyan, and I also give you the links for the settings as well. Okay, the if you go to the notes for this YouTube video, once we share it, it has the link for all the chart settings. You can just copy, paste, and use them. Okay. Yes, mobile, you can see them actually. Okay. As well, you can see them on the this entire thing. You can actually see the both profiles and order flow. You can see it through the mobiles as well. Okay, I'll just cover the chart setup demo. I think everybody were anxious about it. So we'll cover a chart setup demo. So here I am showing you two charts. I'll start with the profile charts, and then I'll go to your this thing. What do you call this? Footprint charts. Okay. So this, if you see the profile chart, what is it? I'll probably clean up everything. Okay, just for no, our reference, just all indicators. So now I have a plain price chart. I don't have anything else, right? As you see, this is a plain price chart that I'm having. So where do I get all the information? Number one on the left, if you see, is the symbol search. So if my symbol search, I'll use, let's say, Nifty. So if I'm using current month, I generally use Nifty dash I. I'll use the first month. So if I just type Nifty, I'll have all the options. Nifty continuous, June, July, August. So if current month is Nifty dash I, next month is Nifty dash 2. Okay. तो कोई भी सिंबल सर्च आप यहाँ से करेंगे, सिंबल सर्च आप यहाँ से करेंगे एंड विल डू अ सिंबल सर्च फ्रॉम हियर एज आई सेड, एंड देन आपका ये निफ्टी चार्ट आ गया. ओके, देन टाइम सिलेक्शन आप यहाँ से कर सकते हैं, 1 मिनट, 3 मिनट, 5 मिनट, वट एवर टाइम फ्रेम दैट यू वांट, टाइम सिलेक्शन आप यहाँ से कर सकते हैं. देन द चार्ट टाइप. ओके. Okay, then the chart type is this different chart types that are supported. Okay. You can plot any of these chart types. The last two charts that you see, imbalance and cluster, are for order flow charts. Okay, rest are for price charts that you can, different charts that you can plot. Okay, and that is one. Then as an options of different drawings and other things that you can plot for your chart markings, like horizontal line is something I use for plotting support resistances. I would use arrow for my projections, things like that. You can do that. Then these are favorites that you save, gets saved here. Okay, then the list of indicators are available here. So your favorite indicators can be saved here. The candle patterns, different candle patterns can be plotted automatically on this chart. That is an advantage. Again, oscillators like MACD and other stuff that you want to use, and also different other overlays, like you want to plot a channel, fractals and things like that. You can really plot those overlays. Okay. So that is one thing. Then what else? Then I think profiles you want to. So for example, I want to plot the volume profile or market profile. So I'll go there, and there's an option, if your volume profile normal and volume profile tick. If you're using using the chart for, let's say, last few days and stuff, you're not looking at very long-term data, you can use the tick one. If you're using a long-term data, you can use the profile one. Okay. So if I do a volume profile tick, it will start plotting the entire information that we have for each of these charts essentially. Okay, so it will plot the entire tick chart and that information that we want. Okay, so I just showed the composite here, which is on the side profile. I want to click. So if I want to click on session, I can go and do the session also information here. So you also see the session profiles here as well. Okay, so how do you see it? If you see whenever you add an indicator, it gets added here. Okay, once it gets added here, you can just sort of copy, open this setting wheel that you see, and then change your settings. Okay, I'll show you how to apply that as well. So, and you can also change your, let's say, color settings and stuff the way you want it. Okay, the things that you can do like this. Then Once you plotted this indicator, this is good to go. Now you want to do support resistance. For example, I want to additionally plot, let's say, pivot points. Okay, I want to plot pivot points. I'll just use this pivot, and it will. If you see the pivot points are plotted here. Okay. Similarly, I want to do, as somebody asked me, drawing of Fibonacci, for example, lines and measures, or just a second. Where is? Yeah, I want to plot Fibonacci retracements. Okay. So here we go to say geometry section, and there are different replacement options available. So let's say I want to see what is the high-low Fibonacci. I can just do a plot like this. Okay, so I can select the drawing and I can do a plot like this. Okay, how to minimize the chart? I think you can just minimize the browser. That's the question. Okay, volume profile tick and volume profile, that's a good question. So what I do is volume profile tick plots it at a tick level data. So, at a very low level data, if you might say, while volume profile plots at a snap code data, which is at a higher level data. So volume profile tick is generally more accurate, but has more data. So if you're looking at only last few days, I think tick is what you should prefer. If you're looking at, let's say, weekly, monthly, and other charts, use the normal volume profile. Okay. Okay. So and that is what you plot. And then what else? I think volume profile is this. I'll also do the order flow settings. Okay, so here I am now. See, another advantage is I can do multiple symbols in the same chart. So here I have Nifty on the right, and I have no, on the left I have Nifty, on the right I have Bank Nifty. Okay, so now order flow settings, this is an imbalance chart that I have, if you see, which is basically this imbalance chart. You can do in between an imbalance and a cluster chart. What are the other indicators? I'll probably okay. Uh, okay. This is an imbalance chart that we have. Okay. And then what do we do is when I zoom in each of these, if you see, it has the different buy and sell information. On the left you have the sellers, and on the right you have the buyers. Okay, the more the number of sellers or buyers on one side, the thickness will be more. Okay, that's the thumb rule, the thickness will be more. Okay. I'll take the question slowly. Okay, so I'm just trying to cover the settings first, and then I'll come to the questions, guys. Sorry about this. I'm otherwise getting lost. So what we have is the delta bar here on the downside, if you see, which is essentially nothing. You go here, you select order flow, you also select the delta bars. Delta bars is what? It's just a visual representation of the delta of each candle. Okay, so higher the delta, it will show a thicker bar. It just plots like a candlestick pattern. Each delta is an open, high, low, close again. So the high is the basically the max delta, low is the min delta, and open and low. This is the delta information. Okay. Then you have bar statistics. You have a host of information on the bar statistics, as I said. So when you go to bar statistics panel, you can really see a lot of information. You can want to select number of trades, min trade, max trade, volume, okay, buy percentage, sell percentage, max delta, min delta, cumulative delta, POC, VWAP, and everything. So every candle, okay, this will plot this information. You can really cover this. Okay, so basically, or depending on what you want, I typically use volume delta and cumulative delta as my core information for the bar statistics. But you, depending on what you want, you just go select or unselect. If I select one layer gets added. If I sort of deselect, it doesn't get added. Okay, that's one thing. Second is in order flow, if you go to this settings, okay, this one order flow settings on the right side, basically it's a more on the chart thing. So on the right side top, you see a settings bar. You will go to a settings. There, if you go to order flow, okay, there you have this block size information. So you can select auto if you don't want to spend too much effort. But that means what? It will just automatically, the chart will compute a nodes multiplier and do it. Else you can do non-auto. If I'm using 5 minute charts, I'm using 100 for Bank Nifty, and I'm using about 40 or 60 for Nifty. Okay, so probably 140 is a thumb rule for 5 minute charts. Okay, if you go higher in time frame, you can use a higher number. So essentially, when I do 100, it does what? 0.05 into 100, 5 points. So each node for me becomes a 5 point in Bank Nifty, let's say, and a 2 point in Nifty. Okay, that is one thing. So you can do that. You can also see the same information in lot size. So if you want to, you're not let's say comfortable with the number view, you can do a lot size. So once each symbol you go, you select what is the lot size. So Bank Nifty is a lot size of 25. When I do this, I can just see the entire, just the number and lots traded. Okay, not in anymore in volume traded. Okay, so depending on what your preference is, you can choose what you want. Okay, the third is there's a layer section here. So depend sometimes we have too many drawings and too many indicators. So we want to organize things in layers. So once you can sort of pull something below, you can pull something up like this, so that when you pull up, it will be on top layer. The lower it is, it's on a higher layer, which means it will be on top of the other one. So you can organize that information that way. Then, as I said, there's another charting option, which is cluster chart. So imbalance chart, the key feature in imbalance chart is typically it will show you if there is an imbalance, it will highlight with a color. Okay, what is an imbalance? The definition of imbalance is, okay, if there are X number or X times more buyer than seller, the yellow on the buy side will be highlighted. If there are X times more seller than buyer, the yellow on the red side will be highlighted. Okay, that's an imbalance. Where do you do that settings? You go there, you go to imbalance, you go to imbalance settings. So I have an imbalance at this point. Let's say for this chart is fixed of 2500. So what I'm trying to say is every time there is more than 2500 quantity traded, okay, which is basically 100 lots in Bank Nifty, I want to see it as a orange color, okay, either on the sell side or light side. That is one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is you can also do a ratio. Ratio means what? If there is like my ratio number is 500, which essentially means if there is 500 times more buyer than seller, right side will be highlighted, and if there is 500 times more seller and then buyer, the left side will be highlighted. Okay, so that is what imbalance does. Second feature of imbalance is auto plotting of the support and resistance zone. Okay, this is also a configurable feature. So don't expect it to be like a magic support resistance. Basically, it's a configurable feature for you to visually identify and visually pick up support resistance. So what I've done is I put a number of layers as three. So every time there is three or more layers of imbalance, it will highlight in a support or resistance. If it's a buy side, okay, if it's a buy side imbalance, it will show as a support green, and if it's sell side, it will show as a resistance. Okay, so take an example of this one where there were one, two, three, four buyers in stacked together in imbalance. So it was showing as a green support. Okay, so that is how imbalance works typically. It will show as a green support here. Similarly, if there are more sellers, it will show as a green, red resistance somewhere, if wherever we had it. Okay, in this case, you had it here at the open, so it will show as a resistance basically. Okay, so number of more sellers, if you see, it will show as a resistance. That's how imbalance works. Okay, for you guys. So this is the advantage of imbalance charts if you want to use imbalance chart. And then the second option is cluster charts. Cluster charts, what they do? Okay, I said the green and horizontal. I just explained how they are plotted. I'll just come back. Okay. Cluster charts, what they do is it will plot the entire buy and sell in one view. If I really zoom it for you, you see the entire buy and sell is plotted in one view. Okay. So buy cross sell, so which is bid cross ask basically. So sell cross buy rather than buy cross sell. My bad. Sell cross buy. So bid traded at the bid, traded at the ask. Okay. It is plotted that way. So it will plot in one single view. So cross is just essentially bid ask, bid ask, bid ask information. That way they plot it and they see it. Okay. The advantage with cluster charts is you can actually see a profile of each, chart. So instead, also along with the day profile or session profile, you can each see a profile of each chart. For example, if I want to see today's, morning chart, right? Today's first candle. Okay. Sometimes I'm just looking at a price chart. I'll give you example. If I'm just looking at a price chart, something like this. Okay, so you might think that, hey, this was the open, this was the low. So if I want to go long, probably I'll go long above this high, which is what, 33 340 or something like that. Okay, so and let's say you're trading the opening, range breakout, so which is a good breakout, not a problem. Okay, but now I don't know within this candle where is the volume traded or anything like that. That's where I think this chart comes as an advantage. Now when you see this compared to the just candle information, you can clearly see that most of the volume is traded around this zone. Okay, so around this zone. So then if I really want to plot a more earlier support or resistance, I'll plot at the top of this volume, something like that. So I have an advantage of, 100 plus points in terms of seeing the volume, okay, where most of the volume was traded. So I clearly see that most of the volume happened in this zone, okay, in the first candle. So then, you clearly can see that, the breakout is actually here and not here. So that gives you a lot of advantage, right? Okay. That is it. And what else? Okay, I'll just quickly cover the settings again. Say cluster, I think there is no separate settings other than the same order flow settings that you want to use. So you use a multiply that is comfortable. Bank Nifty, as I said, 100, Nifty 40 is a good one to start. You want to see lot size, आप lot size के हिसाब से देखना चाहते हैं तो ऐसे 25 50 इसको check करके you just enable it and you can see lot size. Okay. That way you see the lot size information and then nothing else. But if you're seeing imbalance charts, okay, you want to plot support resistances, you go there, you select imbalances, you can select fixed. So in this case I have fixed 2500, or you select ratio. So if I selected ratio, means every time there is 500 times, which is basically 5x. Okay, 5x more buyer than seller, then it will highlight in a color orange. Okay, so I don't have to look if there are more buyers. And see, essentially what is the purpose of doing this imbalance chart? The purpose is to really see that at any point of time if there is a significantly higher number of buyer or seller, right? That's how I don't want to visual, I want a color identifier so that I don't have to look at the number at every chart. Okay, so I would just want a simple color identifier. So this does the job for you. Basically the calculation and the plotting, the data is there. आप आप चाहे तो खुद देख सकते हैं, but the data is there. But what it does is just does the color identifier. So I plotted 500. Every time there is 500 times more, it will give you a imbalance color. Okay, that's the only job that it does. If I change this number to, let's say, 200, if you see, the number of imbalance levels will change significantly. Okay, if I change this number to, let's say, 1000, the number reduces significantly. Okay, nothing, it's no rocket science. It is what you decide works for you. For me, or for Indian markets, 300 to 500 is a good number you can stick to. Okay, 300 to 500, remember this for an imbalance number. Yes, these are the good numbers, are that you can stick to. Okay, and generally prefer plotting support and resistances. I think prefer level 3 levels. Okay, so every time there are 3 levels, I want to plot a support and I want to plot a resistance. Okay, that's it. I then additionally I use the delta bars to visually see the delta. I don't want to look at the number. Okay, I'll just use a delta bar. Okay, and then I'll also use a volume and delta and other information. Okay, in the bar stats. Okay, these are the things I think on the demo. So we'll take up the questions. I think we are 15 minutes short, so we'll just take up the questions. Uh, for everybody to answer any questions that we want, you can take up. And if you also have any further questions, going beyond this session, just a quick one before I actually close this. And so this recording will be available. The platform is www.gocharting.com. I know I'm FNO Traders speaking on behalf of this platform. So I have a trading community called at Telegram. It's FNO Traders. You might want to join it, and we share a lot of daily in-market insights and education stuff and stuff. So you can really join it, participate, discuss, and also share your trading ideas. Do join this if you want. Okay, and do subscribe and check out gocharting.com. It's a brilliant platform. You can do equity, commodity, derivatives, crypto, everything, and US markets also. US market stocks are available at this point. Okay, and what do I do other than we have learning content? We do organize training sessions and we do a mentoring program. So I've been trading profiles and order flow for a very long time. Overall, I've been trading since 2007, and I've been trading volume profiles and order flow for the last 7 8 years. Okay, so I have a significant experience around this. I have a YouTube channel, FNO Traders. This is where this video will be available. You can actually go and have a look at this channel. A lot of content around order flow is provided here. So a lot of questions that you're asking is probably addressed in any of these videos always. So have a look, see what it does. And the Twitter handle is FNO Traders again for me. So if you really want to connect, Twitter or Telegram is a great platform. If you want to learn, YouTube is a great platform. Okay, we'll take the questions now. So order flow settings I've shared, sir. Again, I'll share this template. Okay, when this chart is available, there's a template that is available. Okay, so you can really see that template. Okay, so when you go to this YouTube video, the link will have all the templates. Okay. Uh, Okay, what is this? Okay, I'll also show you. We have one good question is around trade book and other things. I'll quickly show you. So because in the equity markets are closed, we look at the crypto markets. Okay, so this is Bitcoin charts for now. This is Bitcoin charts, and if you go to the books on the left side, okay, if you go to the books on the left side, you see all the trades that are happening on this exchange in Bitcoin at this point. Okay, so if you go to these books, this is the Bitcoin chart, and these are the live trades that are happening in Bitcoin at this point. Okay, so I have you can put a filter here. That's a good thing. So you can put a filter. So in this case, I have a filter of, let's say, 10,000. It will only pick up trades more than 10,000. Okay, so I put 1,000, and then it picks up all the trades that are happening right now in this exchange. Anything more than 1,000, it will pick up those orders. Okay, and that is your trade book. Then if you want to see the DOM, okay, so now you see a large order traded here, okay, which is also shown in a spike here. So that way you know visually what orders are getting traded. So this is not only your orders, remember this, this is all the orders that are happening in the exchange itself, okay. And then we have the DOM, which will show you the traded, placed orders. If you see the DOM in this case, it shows how many sellers have been, sell orders are placed in the market, how many buy orders are placed in the market for this particular instrument, which is BTC. Okay, there you can see the DOM. Okay, plus you can see the order thickness in terms of if there are different order thickness, basically, which is just another view of the DOM itself. Okay, how so. Okay, and all this again, all this information will be available in your on the YouTube channel, and also you feel free to connect me. Okay, so I'll take from the last. Okay, what is the maximum minimum? So max and minimum delta is basically every candle. There is always buyers and sellers that are coming in. Okay, so the more the maximum delta that was reached during the point of that candle is the max delta. The minimum delta that was reached during that point is the minimum delta. Okay, delta values change, of course it will change, because the buyers and sellers are different every day, so the delta value will vary every candle within a candle itself. Okay, so the setting will not change. Remember this, the setting that you are doing, you will not change much. Okay, you will not really change much. Okay, so only thing that will change is delta is a moving thing, right? Delta, why will not change? So that is something that is changing for the market itself. Okay, so yes, it will show market orders traded. Remember, market orders move the market. Limit orders don't move the market. So that's the core premise of order flow and footprint trading. So anything that is traded on the market. So every market order takes the limit order eventually. Okay. So that's the core concept of order flow itself. So market orders is what moves the market, and hence what it represents market orders. And that's where I think the delta represents significance of a buying strength or a selling strength. Okay, हिंदी कोर्स सर करेंगे, विल डू अ ट्रेनिंग, अदरवाइज हम हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों बोलते हैं, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. सो फील फ्री इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस इन हिंदी. आई एम सॉरी अगर आई मिस समथिंग, बट कभी भी पूछ सकते हैं, और हिंदी ऑल्सो विल डू. ओके, सो ओके, so how to take entry? I think that's a question which is very difficult to cover as part of this session. I'm trying to cover the overview. Caught option is not there, but you can see the min max delta, which is basically caught again. Okay, so this is not specifically caught, but you can actually see in the min max delta. Okay, that is one thing you can see. Yeah, okay. Magnet mode. Okay, magnet mode is essentially nothing if you see, but it so when you turn that on, it will if you want to plot something as support or resistance, it picks up the automatically the high and low of the candle. You don't have to take the cursor there. It will just pick up the high and low of the candle. Okay. Uh, Templates are there as part of this link, and when you go to the description of this video, you will see all the templates. Okay, you'll see all the templates are shared. Okay, uh, that is there. Please see that. And also, if you want to learn more about order flow, there is a FNO traders channel. Have a look at that. There are a lot of information that is available. Okay. And what else, at what delta value should I buy place in the course? Okay, what is cumulative delta graph? How to apply cumulative delta? That's a good question. I'll take that. So cumulative delta is basically if you see you go to delta bars, okay, you order flow, then you select delta bars, you get this cumulative delta. If you don't get this view, ensure when you go there, you go to delta bar, you select cumulative delta on. Okay, if you select cumulative delta off, it will show delta per candle. Okay, like this. If you select on, it will show the cumulative. So remember in this, okay, when you're calculating delta for everybody, every day at the morning the delta starts at zero. Okay, there is no, you don't carry over the delta from last day or anything. So it will start at zero and it will start building throughout the session. Okay, so today, if you see, like Nifty, when it was falling, Delta was going down, 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 and then Delta started picking up, which showed that market buyers were picking up strength. Okay, so that is how you interpret this information. You show that market buyers were picking up strength, and then sellers were not able to come back that strongly. So when market was falling this time, next time around, when it was trying to fall and pull back, the Delta was very weak. That gives you a hint that sellers are not that strong anymore and market can further go up. How much is a part of your analysis and other things, but that is how you'd analyze and interpret this information. This is a topic which is cannot be covered in this session alone, but as a reference I'm saying this. We have courses, Rajesh. We do courses, we do mentoring sessions, so I share all the details in my Twitter and my Telegram group. So please feel free to connect there. Okay, so the description of this video will have that Telegram group. We will share details on the courses, and then you please feel to connect. Join the community. It's not only about courses. I think I'm discussing a lot of daily market insights, daily trade levels and stuff. I share a market plan as well in the morning, so which is very effective. So you can really use it for your day-to-day trading also. Okay, then you need to subscribe, yes, to the data only, Janardhan. So you need to subscribe to the data. When you go to www.gocharting.com, there are various options, okay, to subscribe. So you can take the futures pack, you can take the cash pack, you can take commodities, you can take different feeds. So depending on what you want, you can select one of the packs, okay, and then the data feed for that pack is enabled. Once you select a pack, all the features that I discussed are available. It's one single subscription, unlike let's say taking a premium pro and stuff. It's a single subscription. So you don't have to bother about enabling the features. The features are there. Okay, so and all the features are there. You just have to buy the data that you want. So if you're trading a Nifty Bank Nifty futures, you take the futures pack. If you're trading cash stocks, you can take the stocks cash pack. If you're trading stock futures and Nifty futures, the futures pack is good enough. Okay, so that way you choose the pack that you want. Okay. Okay, and then Rajesh, as I said, join the Telegram community, please, and my details are shared there as well, so you can contact me through that. Okay. Then what else? Is there any setting for is it alerts are not yet there? Yeah, alerts are not yet there. What else? I'm not able to see the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin charts are there, sir. Bitcoin charts. I've just opened it, so this is the Bitcoin live chart actually. Okay. Cumulative Delta, Gerbras I have covered. Where to find the document? I think documentation is there, and also a lot of learning videos are there, Anand. So you can really pick up FNO Traders channel for learning videos. What would be the considerable delta in order flow? It's all relative, Kalyan. So I'm not looking at an absolute number. I'm looking at a relative delta versus price change. So I don't believe in absolute numbers, and it doesn't happen because your volume and your market intensity, market range is varying every day. So don't go by an absolute number, please. Okay, and then templates I'll share. Okay, templates I'll share in as part of this YouTube video link. I'll also show you how to see the templates, for example. So let's say I like this template. Okay, that's a good thing. I'll probably cover it. Okay, so let's say I like whichever template, let's say whatever. Okay, I like this template. Okay, so I'll just I'll do a create new template. Okay, let's say test template. Okay, and I just put in name demo, something like that. Okay, so I just save create, and this template is created now. So if I go now, this template is test template demo, if you see. Okay, so this becomes a new template. So now I can just, let's say, in the previous template was a bank nifty, this one I want to see nifty, I can do it separately. Okay, the old template is also there, this template is also there. You select a different template, you go here. For example, I do I do, let's say, this one. I will give a new template completely. Okay, I go on this one. Let's say test dem template demo again. Go back. I'll come back to this template again. Okay. So is there any setting? Okay, course में strategy है क्या? Course में, yes, I share strategies. I share how I approach the market. I share understanding of order flow. I share understanding of profiles. So that's outside this discussion, but yes, I do cover all those. Okay. What else? I'm missing anything? Oh, a pulse at what delta value? I think we've covered how to take a trade. How to take a trade? You have to place a buy and a sell. Okay, on your platform. Market orders I've covered. Is got I covered. Can you place power trades? Power trades. Okay, power trades. What does it does? So power trades. I can take that question. So when you go to power trades and when you select power trades, it is nothing but a way of identifying high intensity trades in a certain window. So when I do power trades on, I'm looking at how much trade. So let's say if I put a number of 1000 and a time interval of 5 seconds as an example. So I'm looking at 1000 trades having taken both buy or sell or anything within 5 seconds. Okay, so then I apply, then it will give me the power trade setting. So when in running markets after that, whenever trades are happening, so it will plot those power trade settings basically. Okay, so it gives you idea of trades happening at a certain interval. Let's say I want to do a power trade here. Okay, this is 1 hour. I can't do 1 hour now. Just a second here. Let's say. See, now what has happened is because I've changed the time frame, my block size is really widened. I can't, this information is not that meaningful. So what I'll do, I'll go to order flow. I'll change this to probably one, okay, and much lower settings, and then I can see this now, right? Now I want to see power trades. I'll go to this order flow. Let's say I want to see 1000 trades happening. Volume traded at every 3 seconds, every 5 seconds interval. I'll apply power trades. Okay, so every time that kind of trade happen, it will mark give a dot marker or something like that. Okay, and that is how you use the power trade information. uh, okay, so that is how you so whenever that kind of volume happens, it will really plot that. So let's say 1000, I will make it a lower number, and this one is let's say higher. Okay, so and then we just refresh the charts once. Okay, so whenever it happens, it will give you a power trade indicator. Okay, training sessions, as I said, how to identify bias and how to learn the strategy. So I can see this is order flow is a way of organizing and seeing the market information, right? Okay, like अगर आप price charts देख रहे हैं, order flow is another level of drill down on it. So price का एक और details basically, okay? So that is order flow for you. Now there are different strategies around order flow, okay, which can be used by day traders and scalpers and other things. Okay, we cover that as separate sessions and as trainings and other things. So there are different strategies, you can learn them, okay, and you can pick them up. There's also a lot of information which is I've shared on the FNO Traders channel. I'm saying you again, you don't need to subscribe to any strategy. You can watch those videos as well, and you can learn those some of those stuff as well. Okay, what else? VPOC is for kind of what time frame to select. So and how much volume. So VPOC, I think you can select for any time frame. So it just gives the candle VPOC for footprint. So there is no time frame thing. Okay. So don't get lost on that. But generally, otherwise the VPOC is plotted for a session. But in footprint, you can also see the VPOC for a candle. So these orange ones that you see are VPOC for candles. Okay. So cumulative volume delta and volume delta is the same thing. CVD is the same as volume delta. So the cumulative delta, there is no difference. Okay. So CVD by volume is basically total delta by volume for that candle. So if let's say the delta is 50K and 100K has got traded, so it will be 50K divided by 100K. Okay. Can you show any volume? So I've plotted the volume profile, right? I've already shown the volume profile on the other chart. You can, if you don't want volume profile, you can just unselect it, and you can also plot market profile. Okay. So this gives you market profile view. Both are just different ways of organizing the information. 70% of the time, 80% of the time, they're the same information. Okay. So not much to choose, but you can choose whatever you like personally. Okay. Okay. So what is the block size for 100? I think, yeah, if you're, I would prefer you use 100 for Bank Nifty, 40 for Nifty. What is the delta for stocks? I don't know what is the delta for stocks. Basically, yeah, there is no number, as I said. Please look at relative thing. Delta is changing every day. It is different every day for different instruments. Okay, there is no specific number for delta. Okay, okay. And then templates, yes, templates I've shared, sir, already. When you go to my description, you will see the templates. Okay, description of this video. Okay. What else? We have exceeded 1 hour, but I'm okay. to take any and why pulse. Yeah. Okay, I'll just quickly also share with you the option desk. This is the option desk thing. You see the options chart that you see, where essentially this is option chain. Option chain can be, you have a lot of information like 6-day expiry, 13-day expiry, 14-day expiry that you can see. Then you want to see a different price, you want to see OI, and you can see different things that you want to see here. Plus, how many option depths you want to see. Like, I don't want to see the 32 strikes. I just want to see 16 strikes. I can compact it. I can see the top 16 strikes. So I want to see only OI change, OI delta. It will show me that information. You can, if you're connected to the broker, you can buy sell directly from here. Then, as I said, you can see the price based information. You can see the custom based information. Then you can see this thing, and the profile charts with option that I was discussing. So gives you the open interest on call side, gives you the open interest on put side to get estimate that information. That is one thing. Then you can see different option chain analytics like call open interest, put open interest. Okay. Those are things that you can see, plus the total premium, call put premium, IV, etc. If you want to see, you can go to that level. Okay. And then you can also do payoffs and things. So if you can build strategies, you can add your own symbol. So example, if I go here, I want to do a paper trading on a strategy, I can just add an let's say Nifty future one lot. Okay, so I can do all those stuff here in terms of adding strategies, adding underlying, and creating payoff charts here. Those things are available. Okay, then how to identify the order is limit order or market order. Anything that is you see on the order flow charts are market order traded in the bid side on the left and the market order traded on the ask side on the right. So sellers market on the left, sellers market on the right. There is no other way to identify. Okay, and you can learn. Then option is in which time frame should be looked. Option desk generally I'm preferring, the option chain is time frame independent, so you don't have to bother. Okay, you otherwise you can look at the 15-minute chart. I think that is good enough, 15 or 30-minute chart to know the interest against the OI and other stuff. Okay, value area on each candle. The order flow has value area on each candle basis. The order flow does give the VPOC on each candle basis, so you can see that. Okay. Uh, so then is it plausible? OI can, I think OI, you can see the OI information. For example, there's an indicator here, we call it OI sense. Okay. So which gives you the, actually OI information. So longs getting added, short getting added, and the interpretation of it also. So you see, short build up, long build up. You can actually plot this indicator, and it does the computation along with the volume movement and the OI movement, and actually gives you an idea of long and short build up. Okay, that is an advantage with this. So it is again under order flows. You go to order indicators, you go to order flow, you go to OI sense here. Okay. What else? Have you missed anything? How to can you show SR? What is this? Support and resistances? As I said, its basis either your analysis. So I share a plan every day, a market plan where the support and resistances are based on my analysis, which is based on profile and order flow information. And that is one thing. Then further, you can also do support resistances based on imbalance charts if you want. Okay, the settings and we know the things I've already discussed twice, so you repeat the video, you'll see those information. So if you missed anything, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, तो please जाके have a look at the video again. It will be available in YouTube shortly. Okay. So OI depending on what time frame you're using, so it will keep on changing basis, but it computes at every candle level. It computes at every candle level. Okay, I think we are good. Yeah, it computes at every candle level, sir. So okay, guys, I think I think we had a very good session. So please feel free to join us and be part of our community trainings and other things I'll share. There's a lot of YouTube videos on this channel, so please have a look at this. This is the Telegram community. I'm just sending it to you guys. So t.me/FNO traders, and the trading platform is www.gocharting.com. Okay, in case you want to subscribe. try out with the data package. I think that's the best way to get started with order flow, I think, in terms of cost. Okay. So the minimum data package is I think 13 1400. I think then you really can get, you don't have to buy any plugins, any other software. It's just there. Just आप setup कीजिए, chart लीजिए, मेरे templates copy कीजिए, and then you just use it basically. That's it. So tomorrow, it's just one thing. Monday onwards, you can just get started using it. Okay. Yeah. Templates, I've shared everything, shall I show? Everything will be there. Okay. So, Vijay, there are videos on this channel. Please have a look at it. Okay, so there are videos around the topics that you're asking. Okay, and Rajesh, there are topics. There are a lot of videos around order flow, scalping, etc. Again, on this channel, have a look at it. Okay, have a look at it. I hope you all liked it, and so I'm Santosh. I'm Santosh. I represent FNO traders. FNO traders trading. It's I'm trying to build a progressive trading community. Go Charting has been a great platform for me. Okay, so be part of that community. If you go to Twitter handle, the Twitter handle is again FNO traders by the same name. You can really consider being subscribing to that as well. So I share a lot of information, a lot of videos and everything. So if you see, this is the Twitter handle. You can really I share a lot of stuff. So please feel free to join this. Okay, if you want. What else? I think. So I have a couple of strategies. There are 6 or 7 strategies, I use. But I think from depending on different markets, I apply different strategies. Indian markets, I think 3 4 core strategies. Bitcoin, it's a different market, we play it differently. But the good part is, with profile and order flow techniques, you can trade any markets. So same set of settings. I really use for both crypto, crude oil, nifty, bank nifty. So same set of kind of concepts and approach. So that's a good, because the real good thing is, if you look at order flow, and if you look at volume profile or market profile, they are just market information. There's no indicators, nothing. They are real time market information, and they are building a context around market and then executing better with order flow. Okay, so it's no rocket science, it's no magic indicator. It's market information which is a deep dive into a candle information, and then building, helping you build that understanding, and then trading off it. Okay, so that way, same concepts, any good liquid markets that you go, any market with good liquidity, good volumes, you can apply the concepts. You can very easily extend it. So tomorrow, कल आपको कोई निफ्टी की जगह क्रूड ऑयल चार्ट दे दे, या क्रूड ऑयल की जगह बिटकॉइन चार्ट दे दे, you can probably still trade. Okay, there is no problem that you'll face. Okay. So filtering stocks, I would not say try to filter it, but one is, I think, you filter based on your news or fundamental flow. Then you start watching it on an order flow chart. So use that as a So VPOC for a candle, there's no how much volume. VPOC is the most prominent traded place in the candle itself. Okay, there's no specific volume or anything. Okay, so it's just the most highest volume traded in that particular candle. My contact details are in the Telegram. It is there, so you can reach me on the Telegram thing also, and of course, my phone number and everything. In fact, share that as well if you really want to reach me. Okay, so. What else? I think we'll probably pause the session. What do you say? So let me know if there are any more questions. Else, and it's not just about one session. Okay, so stay connected. Watch the videos that I posted. Also, watch the information that we share. Go Charting has a lot of information. So have a look at it. Okay, have a look at it, please. Training, Rajesh, I'll share the details. So I'll share it in my Telegram community or Twitter. Okay. Uh, so, uh, so yeah, I'll share it. Okay. So Telegram details I've shared. Okay. So as I said, okay, how, generally if you are using order flow from tomorrow or Monday, one thing I really want to say is try to use it with respect to market information. So I'm using, let's say, if you're using support or resistance levels, you let's say you're using your Fibonacci pivots or market profile or volume profile, whatever you want, right? You're using that level, then use order flow to really find executions. For example, today, if you see what happened, okay, bank nifty, if I'm looking at the delta and bank nifty chart, I'll give you an example today. Okay, I'll just clean everything up. So it opened near S2, okay, it opened near S2 and the volume profile low or anything, okay. So there was a lot of selling if you see the first few candles, okay, and this is a 5 minute candle for your reference. So the delta was really smashing down basically at some point, okay. This is how you use order flow analysis. So if you see delta was really smashing down, it went to almost minus 150k, I think, okay, but the prices remained static, okay. Delta was really pausing, but the prices remained static. Prices were not going down, and also it was not going down despite Nifty completely rolling down, right? So that gave you a sign that there are market buyers who are sellers who are trying to sell, but markets are holding those levels basically. And so once delta started turning positive, this and or along with the levels, I think I shared a level today that above 250 long trade on both Twitter and the Telegram community. So I shared that level today, anything above 250 going long. So and then we had this delta move, if you see, with large delta, and then that's it. So delta started turning back up, price started turning back up. Okay, so it became an easy trade. So at the end of the day, how do you know that market can go up or not further? Is you use this cumulative delta analysis, because after this point, if you see, delta was very much in sync with the price. Okay, the price was continually going up. Okay, and delta was also just trending up. There was no divergence or nothing. Divergence is what, when one of them is not in sync with the other. If let's say your price is going up but delta is not going up, that is a divergence. Or if delta is going up but price is not going up, then that this is and divergence, right? So when they are in sync, the trend move can happen. Okay, that is how you want to use this information. Okay, and really trade it. That's all. Okay, so and so today I think we took a trade where we said, 250 above long, and then we were targeting 600, 650 levels, I think. So both we really held on to that trade, and that was a good trade. So I'm sharing all that in the Telegram community as well. Come and join us. So that would be good. This is how you use this information, as I said. So watch this delta, to understand the strength and the intent of the market participants. If you see, once this large delta candle came in, okay, which was, I think, this candle, okay, this was this delta where lot of cumulative delta changed suddenly within one candle. This eventually became a support, and I had plotted this imbalance level. See, prices pulled back to this level, and then it market went up. Okay, so we and then you combine with your studies of profile, you combine with your studies of analysis or market level, or even support and resistances. Why not? And then you look for these targets, right? Typically, that's all. Make market simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Order flow is a very simple tool, I'm telling you, but don't oversimplify it also. But it's a simple tool. It gives you market information. Read this information, stay in sync with the markets, see what the market is trying to tell you with this. Okay, if buyers are holding up, sellers are holding up, what it is trying to tell, and then be on that side of the market. Okay, delta in bottom, this one is through, as I said, order flow. You add the delta bars. Okay, the order flow, you add the delta bars. Okay, you add the delta bars and you see this. Okay, pivot points I showed you. You go to indicators, you have all the types of indicators. So then I used overlay and I use pivots. Okay, and each of them have different features. For example, in pivots, when I go to settings now in pivots, okay, I have a different status. I can use Fibonacci, I can use traditional pivots, I can use daily, I can use weekly. Okay, so I can completely change this, and I can plot different pivots also. Okay, so I can also plot multiple pivots. Sometimes I've seen some traders doing, for example, they want to do the traditional pivots. Okay, for example, they want to plot the weekly. Okay, and at the same time, let's say I want to plot another pivot for daily. You can use that as an indicator. Okay, so I just do this, and I have two pivots now. The second one, I want to use it for daily, let's say. Okay, so then I have the daily pivots also. So I plotted the weekly and the daily pivot in the same chart now. So now I'm just trying to, how it works. So it opened below the weekly pivot, pulled back, took support at the weekly pivot. Let's say if you want to use pivot strategy, and then that's it. Okay, I'm using the volume POC. I'm using the volume POC. Shailesh. So I think that's about it, guys. I think it's really really happy and really thankful to all of you that you stayed on, and we did almost an hour and a half session now by this time. So really happy for you guys that you stayed on, and such kind participation from all of you. So it's really good. Thank you so much, guys. I mean, any questions, any further questions? I've given you the Telegram ID. You can connect, be join the community, and that is where I'll also share any training and other programs that I do. Plus, the YouTube videos are there. Have a look at that. Okay, so that is something you can also have a look at that. So what else? What else? I think really good and thankful for the participation, guys. Okay, we'll do more of those sessions, and please leave your feedback. I think that also helps to grow this community. Leave your feedback both for the FNO traders thing and also the platform. Okay, let's all grow together, both as traders, the platforms. Let's all grow together. Okay, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we'll close this. Okay, yes, I have a promo code. I have a promo code if you want to use. It's really nice of you. So I'm just putting it on the chat. Okay, so please use that. It also helps me, and you also get a discount as well. So yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll close this session. Have a good evening and have a very good weekend ahead as well. So we'll connect again. Thank you. Okay.